There we are.
It's Reverend Bill with your God Call.
Today, a metaphysical lesson from a drop of water. We've all seen what happens if you take a bucket and you put it under a drip. There's a drip, and then another drip, and another drip, and at some point you have to empty the bucket because it has become full. And that happens in every area of our life. If there's something new and wonderful that you'd like to have happen, you don't need to look for a gusher. Simply open yourself up to a drip, and one drip at a time, allow yourself to be filled.
Birds flying high, you know how I feel. Sun in the sky, you know how I feel. Breeze drifting on by, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me, and I'm feeling good. Fish in the sea, you know how I feel. River running free, you know how I feel. Blossom on a tree, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me, and I'm feeling good. Dragonfly out in the sun, you know what I mean. Butterflies are having fun, you know what I mean. Sleep in peace when day is done, that is what I mean. And this old world is a new world, and a bold world for me, and I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good.
Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you so much, Anna. It is wonderful to have you here. Good morning, New Thought Philadelphia. It is wonderful to see everybody here on Sunday morning. We got a whole bunch of folks joining on Zoom. We're also live on YouTube Live. I remind myself of that because I'm doing video today. So sometimes I can just ignore that, but now I'm paying attention. So you guys know the rules on Zoom. Keep yourself quiet, except when you're sharing or we're making a noise together. This is a good time for making a noise together. Go ahead and unmute so that you can repeat after me. You ready? I open myself to love.
I
I
open
open
myself to
myself to
love.
love.
I open myself to joy.
I open
I
myself
open
to
myself
joy.
to joy.
I open myself to the awareness of good surrounding me.
I
I
open
open myself
myself
to
to
the
the
awareness of
awareness
good
of
surrounding
good
me.
surrounding me.
And I know that love is right here, right now.
And I
And I
know
know
that
that
love is
love
here,
Love
is
is
right
right
now,
right
here,
right
here,
right
right
now.
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 And so it is.
And
So
so
it
it
And it
is.
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 All right, go ahead and press that mute button one more time as I remind you that New Thought Philadelphia is an open and loving community of spiritual adventurers, welcoming each person to experience their divine nature in an empowering space of unconditional love. So, whatever path you've been on, whatever brought you to our Zoom today, wherever you're heading next, we have been expecting you. Welcome home. Our belief around here is pretty simple. You don't have to believe it, it just kind of helps. We believe there's one power, love, intelligence, or force that creates everything, including each of us, and that we're each using that same power, love, intelligence, or force to create our lives according to our beliefs. The way we like to summarize that is to say your new life begins with a new thought. If you have extra electronic devices that have the possibility of distracting you in the course of the next hour or so, go ahead and turn them off so that we can turn within and be focused on community together. I am Bill Marcioni, the spiritual director at New Thought Philadelphia. Our music today is the amazingly talented Anna Varzniak, who joins us from London. Our guest speaker today, right close by, is Reverend Dr. Brock Ford, who is joining us from San Francisco. So, calling this New Thought Philadelphia is kind of asterisk in there because we've got a pretty good size footprint. Interestingly, it's kind of cold and kind of rainy in all three geographic locations. So, like, what's up with that? It's supposed to be Tra-La the month of May, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. Um, Thank you guys for being here. Our practitioners today are Joe Catanzaro, RSCP, and Carolyn Nixon, RSCP. And Carolyn is going to open us with a practical prayer, which is the way that we like to start everything. Carolyn?
I'd like you now to join me in knowing that there is only one, this one, which eventually became known by many names, which its beginning was either a bang, a whisper, or a proclamation. And at that moment, consciousness arises, pure potential, pure creative potential arises, and infinite possibility arises. And immediately that one began knowing, experiencing, and expressing itself, expanding itself through creating. I know that each of us was present at that moment. In human measure by time, billions of years ago, we were all present at that moment as pure creative potential. Merely waiting that one to radiate, to shine a beam of light from itself into which pure potential entered and was given symmetry, shape, and form. As us as our bodies, as everything that we are. And it's in that light that we move and dwell and have our being, and is by means of us that this one knows, experiences, and expresses itself and is fully present in the earthly experience. And I know that no two expressions of the divine are exactly alike. And no one expression of the divine is any more loved, honored, respected, favored, or divine than is any other. All of us are equal beings within the divine. And knowing that this one is everywhere present in every event, as again what Ernest Holmes would say, an experience in eternity, which this celebration is. I know that it is fully present in every note of music and every spoken word, in the silence of meditation and in prayer. And I'm grateful for this community, for everyone present. And I'm grateful for the many ways that this divine shows up in, as, and through each of us. And once again, I remind myself, because there is only one, I know that whatever blesses me in this celebration, whatever I accept as a blessing, as good, becomes part of the collective consciousness and encircles this planet, Mother Earth, Mother Gaia, or whatever we may wish to call it, to establish peace and harmony for all beings, for all life everywhere. And I let it be so, and I release my word into the creative medium of that one which created, which creates, out of which everything there is emerges. And I release my word into that same creative medium, knowing that is now creating these words that I speak, and I let it be so. And so it is.
So it is. Thank you, Carolyn. Yeah. So, as we've mentioned once or twice, the reason that we do a practical prayer is because it changes the experience of life that we're having. So this is the time that we get to share the experiences that we've been having with the prayers. So if anybody has a prayer work story now, go ahead and wave your hand or raise your digital hand so that you can give voice to the cool stuff that's been going on for you. Anybody? Jane got her hand up first.
Sorry, I was trying to find the unmute. Was not a prayer for me, but it was a prayer for someone else. And my daughter-in-law has been struggling with some weight issues up and down, throughout her whole life, and especially this past couple of years. And it recently kind of came to a big thing. And so I was doing some practical prayer around, the right solution for her and like how I could be supportive. And so just a couple minutes before I got on here today, she texted me a picture of the Weight Watchers room, and she's just took the first step and like went back to a meeting. So I thought, that's so cool. Like, I'm so proud of her, and like prayer works because she needed to take that first step again.
It does. Beautiful. Yeah, that one's familiar to me. I've been on a bunch of weight loss management programs in my life, and I found that any one of them that work, if you work the program works. So yeah, it's about getting in there and clearing out the old stuff and letting it happen. So blessings to her. Thank you. Thank you. Anybody else got one that you'd like to share? Joe, you keep looking like you got a prayer work story. You not? No. That's okay. Just wave it around there. Well, in that case, we're going to turn it right back around to Jane with the announcements. If you have a kazoo to herald in the announcements, go ahead and unmute and share with the kazoo. Here's Jane with the announcements.
Woohoo! This Cinco de Mayo information is on our website at newthoughtphilly.org and in our weekly e-newsletter. Please sign up on the website so we can keep in touch. We host 15-minute meditations on Zoom twice every day. I'm so sorry. If you haven't taken part lately, Zoom in this week. They're inspiring, fun, and quick. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday mornings this week are also on Insight Timer Live. Episode 150 of Reverend Bill's Practical Prayer Podcast is One Step at a Time. How about that? Listen wherever you get your podcasts. You can also get a peek behind the scenes in the live recording session on Monday at 1 p.m. on New Thought Media Network. Save the date next month when Reverend Michelle Wadley joins us at Falzer. There will be a special workshop following the celebration on Sunday, June 9th. The personal practitioner class that begins in the fall will boost your spiritual practice to the next level. Contact Reverend Bill to see what you need to do to be ready. There is no obligation to continue to professional training in year 2. Follow, subscribe, like, and share our social media on Instagram, Facebook, Insight Timer, and YouTube, and join the 1,802 spiritual adventurers in our group on meetup.com. The Power of 8 Intention Circle meets on Zoom every Monday at 6:30 p.m. All are invited to join us tomorrow for this powerful group spiritual practice. We are always grateful for your financial support. You can make a tax-deductible donation by Zelle, Cash App, check, PayPal, Venmo, credit, or debit card. Thank you to the team that makes our celebrations work and has fun doing it. To join the joy, contact Sandy. Next Sunday is Hybrid from Falzer with Mother Nature. Reverend Bill invites us to honor Mom and celebrate the ways that we share ourselves, creating and nurturing a wonderful gift to the world. Live original music by the delightful Deb Chamberlain. The practitioners are available for professional sessions by appointment. After the celebration, Carolyn is available for a quick miracle in a minute prayer. We'll leave the Zoom meeting open after the celebration for casual conversation.
That work? Am I unmuted now? Can I hear me now? Good for me. Okay. So we have a special blessing and a gift for the people who visit us for the second time. We do that at when we're in person at Falzer. And we also have a blessing and an invitation to sign up for the e-newsletter to get our information for our first-time visitors. If there's anybody who is joining us for the first time, not sure, I seem to be recognizing everybody, but there could be some folks on the YouTube. So let us open in welcome. So go ahead and rub your hands together. Everybody who's here, feel the warmth, bring up that feeling of love, and send that out to everybody new. You are the bright light of God's love. Thank you, thank you, thank you for sharing that love and shining that light with us today. Welcome home. So as Anna does the next song, I invite you to go into gallery mode if you're on a computer, or to scroll through the people who we're in community with, so you make eye contact with the folks who are sharing our spiritual truth today, and know that the eyes of the divine that you're looking into and the eyes of the divine that you're looking through are the same one. Anna.
Butterflies begin from having been another, as a child is born from being in a mother's womb. But how many times have you wished you were someone other than someone you really are? It who's to say that if all were uncovered, you would like what you see? You can only be you, as I can only be me. unless it was our destiny. But how many times have you wished to be in spaces, time, places than what you were? Yet who's to say that in unfamiliar places you could anymore be? Loving you that you see, you can only be you, as I can only be I can only be me.
Thank you, Anna. Beautiful. Beautiful. Every week we light the flames of faith, and this time Joe is going to lead us in that.
We perform this ceremony to acknowledge that all people and all faiths come from the one power, love, intelligence, which we call spirit or God. We honor the richness that comes from our shared diversity and bless the interwoven energy of the divine feminine and masculine. We light the first candle for the Tao, honoring the universal path of harmony and equilibrium, the natural way. We light the second candle for the earth-based traditions, honoring the beliefs and practices of all indigenous peoples, the way of primal spirituality. We light the third candle for Hinduism, honoring the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. We light the fourth candle for Judaism, honoring the ethical path of living by sacred law. We light the fifth candle for all forms of Buddhism, honoring the Four Noble Truths and the path of compassion. We light the sixth candle for all forms of Christianity, honoring the Christ consciousness as the path of love. We light the seventh candle for all forms of Islam, honoring the path of submission to the will of God as the highest calling. We light the eighth candle for the universalistic religion of Baha'i, honoring the path of unity and peace. We light the ninth candle for all forms of New Thought, honoring the metaphysical path of mental healing through the practice of universal spiritual principles. As we light the healing candle, please put silently into the light the names of anyone or any place you wish to have experienced the healing flame of God's eternal love. Blessed be.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Joe. The reading today is from A Cherokee Feast of Days, and it's going to be shared with us by Karen.
Gramps spoke lovingly of the fellows that the swamp up in the dock where he finishing lines were dropped over the side. He talked to them as though they understood every word, and they took the hook. It is said of the fisherman that never catches anything that he never will. He keeps going, but he keeps saying he is not lucky, and his spirit leads him to where there are no fish. He believes in chance, which all people believe when they don't know their own spirits. Not only does it work this way when he is fishing, but in all he tries to do. In order to honor him, I must honor his works in nature, and that is by Brave Buffalo of the Sioux tribe.
Thank you, Anna. Thank you so much. So we have a guest speaker today, and I'm so delighted to have him join us today. Reverend Dr. Brockford and I serve the affiliated New Thought Network together. And Anton is an amazing organization. You hear me talk about it sometimes, and I get the idea that a lot of people think that Anton is for ministers and that you guys get to hear about it just from me, but that's not actually true. I'm going to share the screen. This is the Anton homepage. And it's all sorts of events and activities and things that are available and open to and inviting everybody who's involved and interested in New Thought. As you see, the top is connecting the New Thought community through consciousness and love. And I say this by means of inviting you. There's a workshop going on in a couple of weekends on Saturday the 11th on life visioning. So if you've ever done life visioning, this is a chance to do it in a nationwide group. And if you've never tried the life visioning process, it's an opportunity to get involved in that. There's a call to prayer once a month where people get together for a half an hour and just do prayer together. There's a Thought Leader Thursday event where we have a really notable leader in the New Thought movement who spends an hour being interviewed by our friend PJ Stanley. And of course, the retreat that we do at Unity Village in October. A lot of opportunities to take what you're already doing in your spiritual practice and kick it up a notch. And I say this by means of introducing Brock Ford because if you become a member in the affiliated New Thought Network, then you will be able to communicate directly with Brock Ford, who is in charge of the membership committee. Brock Ford loves talking to people. And if you raise your hand just a little bit, he will love talking to you and you will love hearing from him because he has such wonderful, deep, heartfelt things to say. Today, Brock is talking to us about the idea of letting worry lead to prayer. And I like to always emphasize that we don't want to be focused on the worry part of that. We want to be focused on the prayer part of that because it winds up being more important. One of the things that I added on is that worry is a prayer for what we don't want. And I'm going to let Brock Ford fill in the rest. My friend Brock, welcome.
Thank you very much, Bill. And thank you, Carolyn, for that uplifting, beautiful prayer. That really touched me. And Anna, I was mesmerized by your music. It really put me into a trance. Thank you. I'm so happy to be here with you guys today. Thank you for allowing me to be here. So I love prayer, y'all, and I believe in its power. And at the same time, I have worried and been stressed at so many different times in my life. And I'm sure that y'all have probably been stressed too at times in your life. And my goodness, y'all, I have to tell you that last night I was worried because I thought I might not hear my alarm and wake up in time to be here with you today. So I was just like, okay, God, please wake me up on time. And I did wake up on time, and I'm very happy to be here with you. But at the same time, I remembered last night to say a prayer, and then I fell asleep, and here I am, and I heard the alarm. So praise God. So today I'm talking about and asking you actually to let worry lead us to prayer. My mentor, Martha Creek, stated this about worry, and I'd never heard this before, and I love it, so I use it a lot. But she said, worry can take a bad rap. It can be helpful when we use worry to create solutions from a what can I do attitude, and what would be sensible action. And she says that without worry, sensibility and action is problematic. Prayer with action and sensibility becomes a superpower, y'all. So now you may be thinking that sounds a little crazy because we often believe that worry makes us feel terrible, right? We can't sleep, we can't concentrate, our stomach gets all twisted in knots and gives us headaches and so on and on. So how can worry actually help us? So with a simple shift of focus, y'all, worry can become a launching pad. Worry can propel us out of that fear and anxiety that we're experiencing into a different mindset. And it's my hope that after today, worry will launch each of you into prayer so that you can live with both an attitude of what can I do and have an appreciation for what is actually true. So how do we transform worry into a powerful force that enriches us? Well, I'd like to start with worry. We all know how it feels when we worry. For some, it's the stomach knots or the headaches. For others, maybe it's sleeplessness or can't concentrate or anxiety, fear, or helplessness. I have felt that in my life. So what is worry, y'all? What is worry to you? And I don't mean what are we worried about? I mean, what is worry? And I believe at its core, worry is a lack of control that creates anxiety. Lack of control of the future or outcome or people's feelings or actions that can lead to feelings of helplessness, or where we find it impossible to actually do anything, and then we end up curling up in bed and not doing anything and hiding from the world. When we're constantly dwelling on our difficulties, we can't think of the answer. When our mind is consumed by fear, we can't know the peace of God that Bill was talking about. And the more we worry about those things, y'all, we can't control. The more we worry about the things we can't control, and say it again, the less we trust spirit. We drift further away from our own innate God spirit. So how much control do we really have in this world? Does anybody know? If you do, raise your hand. But how much control do we have in this world when we really think about it? Not much, right? And the reason it's useless is because the universe is unfolding exactly like it's supposed to. Nothing can make us feel bad and eat up our precious time on this earth unless we allow it to. And the world is just going to keep going with or without us. And there's nothing we can do about it except to accept the reality of what's happening right now and continue to pray with thanksgiving in everything. In the Bible, in Philippians chapter 4, it states, "Be anxious for nothing, but in everything by prayer and belief with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known to God, and the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds." And I really like that. That's why I put it in here to share it with you. But I also like the New Living Translation of the Bible, which states it more simply. It just says, don't worry about anything. Instead, pray about everything. Does that make sense? Shake your heads. Yes, that makes sense. So I'd like to take back that definition that I said earlier, where I said that worry is lack of control. Instead, let's flip that and let's see worry as a signal, as Martha Creek says. See worry as something like the warning light in our car. When that light comes on and starts flashing in our car, we know we've got to stop and pull over or do something about that, right? So likewise, when worry comes to us, see that first pang of anxiety for exactly what it is. Y'all, it's the universe whispering to you. The universe is whispering to you when you feel that. So let that knot in your stomach be a message. That message is something needs my attention, right? Something needs my mindfulness. Now, with the car's warning light, it's simple. We just turn to a mechanic for help. And when the warning light of our life starts blinking, who better to help us than God, right? Shake your head, yes. Yes. When God of the universe whispers softly in our ear that something needs attention, y'all, it's an invitation to have a dialogue. And that means it's time for what? It's time for prayer. Prayer is the act of communicating with spirit, and it's the most important spiritual activity that I believe that we can participate in. And I believe that prayer is the language of spirit. It's God's message center, so to speak, a help center for us, as I like to call it. And prayer is the action of being in communion, heart to heart, soul to soul, with our spirit within. And I think you can already tell I'm passionate about what prayer can do in our lives because I've seen and experienced what it's done in my life. And that's why I love prayer so much. It's remarkable. And y'all, I get outside and I just want to shout it out to the mountaintop about prayer and what prayer can do for us. And I'm sure you all know that New Thought teaches us affirmative prayer. That's what most of us all pray when we pray is affirmative prayer. We feel and believe and know our prayer is done and completed, and we have received what we're praying for already. It is done. Affirmative prayer profoundly changes situations. It uplifts, it moves us into a direction of confidence and understanding. And y'all, the universe hears us and puts the laws of mind to work, empowering us to receive. Also, affirmative prayer is not the only way to pray. Of course, I know that. And it's not the way everyone feels comfortable praying. Often in prayer, all we need to do is surrender. Just give up, lift your hands, and just surrender. Learn to accept that we don't control the world around us. So when that worry, that warning light, so to speak, goes on, I often find that in prayer, I first affirm peace in my soul and in my mind and in my shakiness that's getting me all worried. And I remind myself that the universe is unfolding for me and for my highest good right now. And in reminding ourselves that we are not in control, we can calm the worry, those worry noises in our head and the aches in our gut. We can create soothing peace for ourselves. So to me, prayer solves problems. Prayer brings answers. And I'm going to tell you how and why. And y'all, it's really simple. And you probably already know this, because we are all God's creation, right? Every last one of us. We're a unique part of this universe. The very fact that we exist here means that we belong here, right? We have a right to be here. And we are entitled to all the joy and blessings that Spirit has to bestow on us. We are God expressing on this earth. We are the very essence of Spirit doing its work through us. So y'all, Spirit wants us happy because we're part of it. We are it expressing. Our happiness is Spirit's happiness, and God's blessings are our blessings. And I remembered a quote, so I put it in here, from Charles Fillmore, the founder of Unity. And he wrote that prayer is not about begging God for what you want or need, but claiming all that rightfully belongs to you and transforming your life through prayer. Did y'all hear that? Transforming your life through prayer. So when we find ourselves in worry, surrendering in prayer is more than simply saying, oh, well, God's got it in his hands. It's more than accepting rather that Spirit is in control means we are open to Spirit's wisdom, to Spirit's guidance, and to Spirit's divinity. And God, universe, Spirit, wants us to have all the answers that we need. Y'all, it's working in our favor every second on our behalf. And something amazing happens when we use all the energy that we put into prayer that we once used for worry. Just take all that stuff that goes in our head, like I did last night about waking up today, and I put it out because I prayed and I believed that that alarm was going to be loud enough that I woke up and that I was going to get to be here and see y'all smiling faces today. So pray in gratitude of a loving and embracing universe, and you'll receive sensibility and direction. In prayer, you will discover mindfulness and rationality. You'll be grounded, and you will get answers, y'all. They will come if you listen. Because it's our birthright, it's precisely what the universe wants for us. The universe wants us in connection, in love, and in enjoyment with it. When we are in the depths of communication and communion with God's Spirit, y'all, our prayers are answered. God is there. The universe expands. Prayers are answered. New doors open. Paths are revealed. And people show up to assist us. And I have to say, Bill mentioned Anton a little while ago. And Anton and the people at Anton are what I believe God sent to me in my life to help me go forward, to help me understand more, to have a group of people like-minded that embrace me and love me and help me learn and grow, just like Reverend Bill. I find him to be one of the most amazing people that I know, and he's one of the smartest people I know. And even though I'm goofy sometimes and I'm not as smart as him, I know he loves me and he embraces me and he helps me anyway. But I'm going to say this again, but when we are in the depths of communion with God's Spirit, y'all, prayers are answered. God is right there. God is never not there. Universe always expands. All these doors open for us. Our path is revealed, and people, just like everyone here, shows up to assist us. So as I see that the time is going down, I want to share with you that the next time you're tempted to worry, hear the universe whispering to you like a whisper in your ear. And y'all, that's God. That's spirit. That's your intuition. And it's redirecting all that energy that you're having the fussiness about, or whatever it is that's going on that's upsetting you, or taking you out of your path of grace. The result for you and for the people around you that you affect by the way you behave and talk and act and love, that result will be God's supernatural and superpower of peace and freedom. The next time you're tempted to worry, go to God, go to prayer. And in that moment, you'll find that peace. You'll find what you were looking for or hoping for. And all that worry and stress of that alarm clock going off just goes right out the window. And peace just flows over you. It's palpable. You can feel it. And the result, again, will be God's supernatural and superpower of peace and freedom for you to move forward. And with that said, Bill, I think I'm right on time. Blessings to you, y'all. Thank you for letting me speak and share those few words with you. I really love you and I appreciate y'all and your community.
Thank you, Brock. Thank you so
You're
much.
welcome. You're
And
welcome.
Brock sent along a song, a video.
Oh, yes.
Starts out with a little worry and gets into a little prayer. So let's listen to Gordon Mote.
It's a little different, y'all.
Thank you, Bill Anderson. I love you, buddy. Your day's already fallen to pieces, and you just stumbled out of bed. You ain't even poured your coffee, and the voice of fear is filling up your head. You're anxious about tomorrow when you ain't even lived today. Yeah. You've got time to worry, then you've got time to pray. Just take it to the Lord, drop your troubles at his door, turn around and leave them there. Why carry all your burdens when I know for certain it's the weight that the Lord can bear? Don't waste a minute treading or live a life regretting all the moments you've been fretting away. Yeah, 'cause if you've got time to worry, then you've got time to pray. You're looking out across the valley, and it sure does seem wide and deep. Who knows what's awaiting in the shadows? The uncertainty's got you losing sleep. But you can kneel on knees that are knocking. It just takes a little bit of faith, you know it does. You've got time to worry, and you've got time to pray. Just take it to the Lord, drop your troubles at his door, and turn around and leave them there. Why carry all your burdens when I know for certain it's the weight that the Lord can bear? Don't waste a minute treading or live a life regretting all the moments you've been fretting away. Yeah, 'cause if you've got time to worry, then you've got time to pray. 'Cause if you've got time to worry, then you've got time to pray. If you've got time to worry, then you've got time to pray. All right. Woo! You've got time to pray. All right. Yeah.
Bill, thank you for letting me play that. Thank you so much. Wasn't that fun though?
That was fun. And I bet
It
that's
could-
going to kick something wonderful off for Joe.
That could have been the whole sermon right there.
That was great, Brock. I really appreciated the talk and that finale. It was great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And after that, we're going to shift gears to something a little more meditative, although the energy in that is something to meditate on and figure out how to harness it. So take a breath, settle in, keep smiling about. Just smile because of the energy that smiling gives you. And go with that. Take a few breaths so that we can know our own spirits, know and accept our power. To get comfortable in your chair, sit up straight if that is comfortable for you. And we'll take 3 slow, conscious deep breaths. Take it in, hold it at the top, and release. One more. Take a deep breath in, hold it at the top, and release. One more breath. Inhale, hold, and release. Harness the power of choice versus chance. Honor and accept your power. Honor the power of worry to lead us to wonder, to move from fear to faith or trust. And use gratitude to get there. What are we grateful for now? What are we going to be grateful for when we make that shift? Be still and know our power, our source, our worth, and our essence. Feel the spirit that indwells us and accept its gifts. Spirit provides wisdom and guidance. Allow it to work for you. So let's go into the silence thinking about how spirit can work for us, how we can use that to move, to harness that choice, harness our essence, accept it. Use the worry as a warning light to shift gears into prayer.
know that as in all things, I am always at choice, and has been well said, if I have time to worry, I have time to prayer, for prayer. I know that every time I may wander into worry, to fear, to doubt, I'm projecting myself well into the future. And I am bypassing this here and now moment where the richness and fullness of the divine resides. So I use that as my divine invitation to shift from worry to prayer. And at the very beginning of this, I know that Spirit is always knocking. Spirit is always seeking to express its good to me. But first, I must be receptive and open and willing to answer. And I allow myself to remain in the here and now. And when I hear that knock, I hear that little voice, I open up to it and allow it to speak to me. And I free fall into the divine, into that presence and that good that is always present, and I accept it, I rejoice in it, I rest in it. I accept it as my own. Again, if I have time to worry, I have time to pray. And I release these words that I speak with gratitude into the creative medium of that one which creates all there is, created each of us. The one that is all there is dwells within all there is, into that same creative medium out of which everything emerges. I know that these words are made so. And for anyone who may wish to, I invite you to accept these words I speak as your own. And I let it go as I say. So be it, blessed be. Thank you, God. And so it is. I invite you now to take in another deep breath. And when that breath has served its purpose, release it. Return your attention to our celebration as Anna blesses us with another song.
My family did. I am not the voices in my head. I am not the pieces of the brokenness inside. I am light. I am light. I am light. The mistakes that I have made, or any of the things that cause me pain. I am not the pieces of the dream I left behind. I am not the color of my eyes. I am not the skin on the outside. I am not my age. I am not my race. My soul inside is so light, oh light. Ooh, I am a light. I am light. 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 I am divinity defined. I am the God on the inside. I am the star, a piece of it all. I am light. I am light. Oh, I am light. I am light. Thank you.
Thank you, Anna. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Joe. Wonderful meditation. Carolyn for that anchoring prayer, and Brock Ford for such a wonderful inspiration. And Martha Creek, my friend and mentor as well, with a reminder that when we start worrying about something, it's not necessary that it be all consuming. That's a warning light, an indicator light. And it reminded me that I had a couple of experiences this week. I was out driving about. We were running some errands, a fair piece away, and suddenly there was a ding, and the warning light came up that said, check tire pressure. And of course, I know that it's springtime, so it went from being cold to being springtime. So it might just be the pressure sensors. So drove to the place where there's free air, which apparently that's a thing now to charge for air. And I got my little pressure gauge out, and all the tires were fine. So I turned off the indicator light. It's like, well, there was nothing to worry about. And then 2 days later, driving in the same car, the same ding, a different light came on. It said fuel level low. And it's like, oh my God, God is punishing me. No. Go fill the tank up. So thank you so much for that reminder, Brock. And this is the part of the program where we get to share what's coming up for us. Jesus has some indicator lights, but Jane gets to go first. Go ahead, Jane.
Good morning, everybody. First of all, Anna, I just love your music. I was just like so moved by it today. It's beautiful. And Brock, but I mean, I just can't even begin to tell you how timely your talk was for me today. Yeah, it's interesting. I was kind of joking around before when we were doing the rehearsal thing, how in one of my various interesting jobs that I've held over the years, I worked in a very busy bakery. I was doing commercial baking. And always the managers would say, if they saw us just standing or sitting, they'd say, hey, if you got time to lean, you got time to clean. And it was like, you know, then you said that thing, like, if you've got time to worry, you got time to pray. Like, it's like you have a choice. Same energy you put into like leaning on the counter and like, it's the same energy that you could do to like clean things up and make things really, good. So that was the first thing. And the second thing is, for the past maybe 2 months or so, I had been experiencing a lot of anxiety and worry. And some of you who have been here for a long time with me, you know that I had breast cancer in 2019, and it was like a very aggressive form of breast cancer. And I recently, like about 2 months ago, I started having like some anxiety, some panic attack sort of things. And I realized, hey, wait a minute, that's because I'm coming up on my 5-year mark. And so there were days in the past couple of months where the anxiety was crushing, like debilitating. And the thing that struck me was, hey, I don't need to wait until I sit down for my meditation time in the morning to do a practical prayer. It's like, there were times like 200 times a day, I would just like, whatever I was doing, when that feeling came upon me that was seizing up in me, I was like, I'm going to stop, drop, and roll. I don't know what I'm doing right now, but I might be vacuuming. I might be just in my car. And it was like just that constant affirming that every cell in my body was whole and complete, surrender everything over to God. And it was just like a beautiful broken record all day long. It was just like, I'm on it. And I should have used that as my practical prayer example for today, because actually I had my 5-year mammogram on Monday and there is no evidence of disease.
Mm-hmm.
And so part of, if that cancer, in the cancer community, if you hit the 5-year mark, it's kind of a big deal, because if you can make it up to 5 years, chances like it's pretty much, you don't have as much to worry about moving forward because you've made it up to the 5-year mark. So now I'm kind of like, all right, I'm surrendering now. I'm just going to live my life each day and not worry about the rest of it, because God's in the details. And so that was all good.
Amen.
So thank you.
Thank you for being brave to share that, Jane. Thank you.
Yeah. And you get the extended warranty now. It's great.
Yeah.
Jesus?
Thank you, Rev. Thank you, Jane, for that. You don't got time to lean. Okay, let's go to clean. Thank you, Anna, for that beautiful music, like always, and Joe for that meditation. Carolyn, everybody that participated. I like the message. Dr. Ford, I remember last time when he spoke, I guess he had that southern accent, right? Y'all.
Can't help it.
I still remember that. And for bringing that so eloquently with serenity and calmness, that I guess that would create the foundation, a platform to bring that message across. And I embraced it, I embody it, especially when you brought one of my favorite scriptures, Philippians 4, 6, and 7. That's I always think about that, that peace, for we live in peace. So yeah, thank you for saying yes to this present moment, and I appreciate all, not only you doing today, but you do every day. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jesus. Joe?
Just briefly, it's days like today that keep me coming back. I really feel fed. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I thought it was because you're on the board, but if we do days like today, then blessing. Thank you so much. Yeah. So I'm going to call Jane back and see if you can lead us in the offering.
So sorry, let me get this up. Okay. New Thought Philadelphia is all about spreading the love. Our community is supported by your contributions. The gift you share helps fund our work in the world, and the way you shine your light spreads the love. We are grateful for every way you share. We don't have a basket today, but there's a donate button on the website to make a donation by Zelle, credit card, PayPal, Cash App, or Venmo. You can also mail a check to our office in Ardmore. The offering affirmation is on the screen. Unmute and we'll say the affirmation together. I live in an abundant universe. I am one with the infinite source of all good. I am a center of prosperity. I enjoy the richness of life. I bless my gift. I share my gift with
Gratitude and joy.
I know that
as I
give,
give, I do receive.
So it is.
So it is.
So it is. All right, mute one more time. And Anna, one more for us, please. We're going to lean on you for this.
Sometimes somebody to lean on. If there is a load you have to bear that you can't carry, right up the road. If you're just call, if you just call me, you just call on me, sister. When you need a hand, we all need somebody to lean on. I just might have a problem, but you'll understand. We all need somebody to lean on. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on for it. It won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Lean on me when you're not strong. I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on for it. It won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on.
Thank you. Thank you
so
so
much.
much, Anna. Thank you, everybody, for being here today. Thank you, Brock Ford, for the wonderful words and inspiration, and the rest of the team that is on the platform here today. I'm so grateful for the way that everybody comes together and leaves me feeling so filled and complete. Let's close with another cacophony. So if you're comfortable, go ahead and unmute and repeat after me. I am love.
I
am
am
love.
Love.
I am light.
I am
I
light.
am
Am
light.
light.
I have time today.
I have
I
time
have time today.
I take the time to pray.
I take
time
time
to
to pray.
pray.
And so it is.
And so it is.
Hey,
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
thank you. Thank you.
Let's see.